external drive hasn't been able to handle it. This is the Mac Daddy for SSD drives out there. Wow, my goodness. This is beautiful, guys. Look at all the green. Ladies and gentlemen, it's here. It's finally here. Look at this. Boom. It's just a box, but we're about to open it right now. I'm super excited. We'll already open it, but come on. Don't even know. Yes, there it is. Boom. Look at that, guys. I know you don't know what this is unless you're in the tech industry, but this is it. So this right here is a SSD drive, the best one on the market right now. It is a 4 terabyte, guys. It's got 2800 MBS. This right here is the SSD that's going to help speed up my workflow, guys. So I didn't know this. I was working with a old school standard external hard drive. Though it was a 6 terabyte, this is where all my storage of footage, my pictures, videos, everything is stored on there. And basically that external hard drive, it goes back and forth with the computer. So when you're editing videos on the computer, it is talking back and forth with the external hard drive. Problem is, it's old school and it only goes up to like 150 MBS. And basically that's super slow. They obviously have the SSD drives that are external that are a little bit faster, but I'm working with a 2017 Intel Mac until I upgrade to the Mac Mini M4 in this upcoming year. But we have to be smart with our finances, especially in the holidays. So we ended up purchasing this sucker right here, best on the market, and now we're gonna put it to the test and I'm gonna show you guys the speeds that we're gonna get off of it. And I'm praying that my workflow is going to be a lot more faster, smoother, and more efficient. Because guys, I'm telling you, I've been banging my head on my desk while doing some editing because of how laggy and slow it's been. Enough of me talking, let's go in the office and I'm gonna get changed because it's got at the gym. Now we are here in the office. First things first, I wanted to show you guys, this is an app that tests the speed of your hard drive or SSD drive or even your computer's internal drive. So we're here on the computer. Come closer so I can show you what's happening here. All right, guys, so we're here on the computer, on the desktop, as you guys can see. We're gonna click here. It's called the Blackmagic Disk Speed Test. You can get it on the App Store. It is free, and you'll come across this little screen right here. And all you got to do, if you just click speed test off rip, it's going to analyze your internal hard drive of your computer, not your external, internal. So what you want to do is you go to this little wheel bar right here, the settings, you click select target drive. Boom. Then you'll go over here, locations. My 6 terabyte hard drive is called the center. I click it, open. Boom. It is now registered as the 6 terabyte. All you got to do now is click speed test. Boom. And it's going to write. And I'm going to show you these numbers right now on how slow this external hard drive has been over a long period of time, guys. So here's the funny thing. When I shot with the Sony a7R IV, right? It's primarily a photography camera, and it's shot in 8-bit profile, meaning there's different profiles when you shoot with the camera. So when you shoot in 8-bit, basically it gives you a certain dynamic range for coloring. Now, when it comes to professionalism, they have 10-bit, 12-bit, and that gives you way more of a color spectrum for you to dial in and fine tune colors when it comes to your video content. Now, the more dynamic range, the more the computer is going to work hard to process, read, and write back and forth, especially like I spoke of earlier, when you're going back and forth with your hard drive. I'm hoping this is simple for you guys to understand because this is how I process it in my brain. Going back to the screen here now check it. It's going at 150 megabytes per second with the writing. I'm assuming when one is in the external drive and when you're on your computer, it's reading and writing back and forth simple terms. Now look, you can see here on all the little red X's, this is what it cannot produce or operate with. And you can see here, it caps out at 2K 25 frames per second. And then from when you go into 60 frames per second, you start to see that it's X, 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 green, green. So the H265 up here, that's the 8-bit that I was telling you guys. That's a smaller range of dynamic coloring for your camera that you shoot in. When it comes to ProRes 422, this is the 10-bit that I was telling you guys. When I upgraded my camera to the Sony a7S III, I upgraded because of the 10-bit rate that it shoots in. That means you can shoot in something called S-Log3. I know a lot of terminology here. I'm trying to simplify it. S-Log3, meaning it's like very bland and plain, but when you go and bring it into post-production and you start coloring it, you have a lot more range to play with these colorings, and that's where you see all these like cinematic, beautiful colors on your Instagram feed or on YouTube. That's what a lot of these professionals shoot in. So back to the screen, 422, 10-bit. Look at it. As soon as we go into 2K 60 frames, it's X all down the line, red. So I've been shooting and editing my content when this external drive hasn't been able to handle it. So what happens? The computer starts to take a poop on you guys. It starts to slow down. You are now very laggy when you're editing. You can't even play the footage back. It's just a disaster. So when you're trying to get content to your clients and turn over these projects fast, it is a pain in the butt, essentially, because a video that takes 30 seconds can take you 2 hours because of the hard drive that you're operating out of. Now, you can put your information and all your footage on your computer, on your desktop, right? But the problem is, over time, all that information on your computer starts to slow down your computer. That's why you go for the external drive. You buy the external drive so that you can store that there, and now you talk back and forth while you're editing to your external drive and your editing software for it to be smoother, and you're not taking any space from your computer. So 150 megabytes per second, booty, butt cheeks. So that's why we upgraded to that one. Now we're going to install it, transfer over the files, test the run speed, and I'm praying that this sucker works with this 2017 Intel Mac. Look at this beauty. Wow. It's got this silicone case on it. I know like Thunderbolt 5 is new and it has faster reading speeds. All that means it's the cable that it comes with, these right here. When you connect it to the computer and to the SSD, the cable is allowing it to have faster reading speeds if it is a Thunderbolt 5. Thunderbolt 4 is also fast reading speeds as well. All right guys, so we're back on the screen here. It's empty. Of course, didn't have to do any configurations or anything like we once did in the past. So let's go here, select target drive, and then we're gonna go to U34 Bolt, open. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, wow, my goodness. This is beautiful, guys. Look at all the green checks here, all the way up to 12K. Now, it said 2800, but again, that's in perfect conditions in the labs when they're testing. We're currently at what, 2345 with the read, 2330 with the write. Now, this is awesome and all. We're gonna transfer files from our external drive and put it on here. And then the real test comes when we start to edit. So that's what we are looking for here, okay? It's an explosive stuff. There you go. Go. All right, guys, so it's been 4 days since the Oyen SSD drive has been in my hands. We have put it into the computer, transferred everything over, and let me tell you guys, this is the Mac Daddy for SSD drives out there. It's a 4 terabyte. They make ones that are up to 8. This one's kind of already pricey for the 4 TB. This was around $460, I believe. But let me tell you, it is money well spent. The rendering time, so after I do an edit and you have to sit there and wait for it to process so that you can have efficient playback speed, it is super fast. As soon as I'm done with an edit, in 2 seconds, it uploads everything so that I'm able to play back my information, and editing process is a lot more smoother than with that external old hard drive that I had before. The only thing that I would say is make sure that your actual computer is also up to date and up to speed. I'm working with an Intel, so that is before the M series chips came out to Apple. That is still affecting my editing speed to a certain extent. Not as bad, but it's still, if you have the new M series all the way to the M4 now, this thing is going to be your best friend in terms of editing efficiency. Other than that, guys, I highly, highly recommend the Oyen SSD drive. I promise you, you are going to thank yourself in the long run when it comes to your editing process and editing speed. Other than that, guys, this video is not sponsored. Paid my own money for this and it saved my butt. I'm telling you, I highly recommend it. And the worst thing, guys, is if you don't like it, you could always just return it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and seen the actual physical speeds of the old external hard drive and the new Oyen SSD drive. Hopefully you got some value. Hit that thumbs up. Until the next video, guys, peace.